What's going on, guys? Welcome to Mustache Betting Place where you become the best betting version of yourself. Today is Friday, September 5th, 2025. We have a 15-game baseball slate ahead of us and football. So be sure to check out my Chiefs and Chargers face-off video that I posted earlier in the week. But let's dive into yesterday's recaps. Bryce Terang off the Brewers, Boyds, of course, which sucks because Ranger threw an absolute heater, like I imagined. The Brewers didn't even score a single run, I believe. And Mike Yastrzemski cashes his under at plus 125, not even recording a single stat. But unfortunately, Nick Gonzalez did go over, bringing us to 1-1 on the day, and that nets us about 0.2 units on the day, and plus 0.3 units since the channel opened. But like always, we move. Here are my three best bets of the day. My first best bet of the day is going to be Sosa off the Chicago White Sox under 1.5 HRR is minus 125 at bet365. Sosa's going up against Jack Flaherty, who in his last 10 at-bats against him, Sosa is 0 for 10 against. Jack is allowing .239 batting on the season to right-handed batters, and I believe that's because Flaherty likes to hang on his curveball, throwing it 25.5% of the time, and Lin Yin against curves, he's striking out 33% of the time. Additionally, the White Sox rank 9th in Ks against right-handed pitchers on the season. I like Sosa here in this spot, under 1.5 HRRs. And my second play of the day is going to be Austin Hayes off the Cincinnati Reds under 1.5 HRRs, minus 105 at bet365. Hayes is going up against David Peterson of the Mets, and Hayes has gone up against Peterson 4 times, and in 4 at-bats, he's gone 0 for 4 against Peterson. I believe that's because Hayes has difficulty hitting Peterson's changeup, which Peterson likes to throw 17% of the time, and Hayes against the changeup, he's only batting 158 and striking 42% of the time that they're thrown his way. Hayes has been having a great year since coming to Cincinnati from Philadelphia, of course, but in August, Hayes is only batting .236, which is 15% down from his usual average on the season. Additionally, Hayes against the New York Mets bullpen is striking 46% of the time that balls are thrown his way. I like Hayes here to go under. And if you could, please like, follow, and be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my plays. A lot of the times these lines will move by the midday, so the earlier you get them in, the better. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know, do I have a funny looking face? Anything you have to say, any suggestions, feedback, leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to respond. And my third and final play of the day is going to be Royce Lewis under 1.5 HRRs off the Minnesota Twins. Minus 115 at bet365 is what I got it at for a unit. Lewis has hit the under in this line in 4 of his last 10. However, what I'm looking at is the matchup as usual. Lewis goes up against Michael Wacha off the Royals, who in 6 at-bats, Lewis has hit 0 times. Now, let's look at his pitch mix here. Wacha has a pretty evenly split mix before his 4-seamer, slider, changeup, and curve, and sinker, throwing them about 20% of the time. Lewis, against the 4-seamer, he's only batting 172 on the year. He typically likes to swing at cutters, but Wacha doesn't need to depend on his cutter because he's such a versatile pitcher. Additionally, Lewis against the Kansas City bullpen, he's 2 for 12 in his last 12 at-bats. I like Lewis here to go under. So to recap everything, we have Sosa, Austin Hayes, and Royce Lewis all to go under 1.5 HRR. But that is all I have for you today. If you guys could, please, as always, like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Hopefully tomorrow we can bring the dog out with a full sweep of the slate. Not just baseball, but football. Again, make sure you check out that football video I released earlier in the week. Plenty of information in there, even if you don't tell, to help you get through today's game. But that is all. I hope you all have a great day. Take care.